Welcome to the Cryptosphere. This is Cryptogenic coming at you. Today is Tuesday, February 15th at about 2:15 p.m. here in Northern California. Got a simple message for you today, and that simple word is this. The crypto market is a lot like the ocean. There are waves. You and I, retail investors, cannot create the waves, but we can ride them. There are forces that create the waves. We are not one of those forces. The waves are not created by retail investors like you and me, either selling or buying. So you and I can't create a buying frenzy in any more than you and I could create a selling frenzy. And when we look at the volume, this is what we see. Whenever you see these huge spikes of volume, those are the waves. And those waves were created by the syndicate investors, the professional investors, the whales, the institutional investors, the big money, the smart money creates the waves, whether it's bearish or bullish. All we can do is ride them. And you learn this if you try to boogie board or surf. What you learn how to do is you never try to create a wave. You never try to deny that a wave is coming. You don't become emotional about when the wave is coming. You simply sit on your board and you wait and you watch the water. And when you see a wave forming, congealing, emerging out of the depths, you're simply scanning the horizon. You're not emotional one way or another about what kind of wave it is, how big of a wave it's going to be, or where the wave is going to go. You're simply trying to you're trying to let the wave tell you which way it's going to go. And then you're simply trying to position yourself on your board, running into that wave and jumping on your board at just the right moment to ride it. So the goal for us is not to create the wave, not to be emotional about the wave, not to need the wave to go one way or another. Just read the wave so that we can ride the wave. You've got to read the wave in order to ride the wave. And what I'm seeing here, and I've been saying this for the last week, is that I'm not seeing any waves yet. I'm just watching the water. It looks like we've got an upward wave here, right? It looks so promising, like we've got some bullish candles, we're going to break through and we're going to blast off. Not yet. The volume is not telling that story yet. The volume is saying that the whales, the syndicate investors, the professional, the big money is not in this yet because there's no big volume yet. There's no big momentum yet. There's no huge activity in this market yet. When we start seeing, this looks like a nice pump of volume, right? It's bearish volume, but it's still volume. It's activity. This was volume. It substantiated this downward move. To substantiate an upward move, we would need to see at least this much volume. And if you look over here, in this wave up here, the average volume bar was 3 to 4 times bigger than what we're seeing over here. So this wave up was substantiated by volume. There was a lot of activity going on in the market. Same thing over here. There's huge volume going into this move and huge volume going into this move. The wave goes up, the wave comes down. 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 But ever since we left, once we had this pump of volume pushing us down, we haven't had, it's like the waters have been still. And it looks like we've got huge waves here, but the volume's not there. The volume's not there. So what do you do when the volume's not there? You wait. And you just watch the water. You know another wave is coming, but you just got to wait and watch the water. Don't get too emotional about it. Just watch the water. Wait and watch the water. Now, here's what I'm saying. If we want to see this a little bit more clearly, we need to go to the daily chart. And what we can see on the daily chart is this was that big day of volume back in May. That was the last real volume we've had. I mean, if we go over here and we look at this in perspective, we see all this was real volume. This is what big volume looks like. We get over here and it's tiny. It's tiny. It's tiny. Now, in perspective, as we zoom in, it looks big, but as we zoom out, we can see it's tiny. But secondly, look at this. It's diminishing. And it's diminishing precisely at the time when the price is going up. Somebody wrote me after yesterday's video and said, we've got this green candle here. Does that change everything now? Does this change what you've been talking about? No, it doesn't. Because we've got this huge candle here, but we don't have a huge pump in volume. We got a little bit of volume, but it's not enough to substantiate a major move. It's just not. It's just not. So with that being said, I still think we're going to see what I've been saying we're going to see. I think this is a markup. I think this is a markup. I think the whales are letting the price go up, and then they're going to crash it down again. It could even come up and touch this line, I think. Maybe even break slightly above it. But I don't think we're going to break above this high here. I think even if we get this high, we're coming back down to retest between 34,000 and 27,000. And if that happens, there could be a couple of really life-changing trades in the process that we're going to be looking at in our group. Yep. So if that happens with BTC, we're going to see that happen with THETA token. Look what's happening here with THETA token on the weekly. We're hitting resistance right there. What is this, the 100-day EMA? A week, 100-week EMA. So we wicked above it last week, but we couldn't close above it. We came right down beneath it and rested right on this line of support. Now we're hitting resistance again at the 100-week EMA. And I think we're going to probably come back down and at least retest this line. If Bitcoin falls, that's what we're going to see. I know this isn't a popular message, folks. I know you like to hear that we're bullish, 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 but I'm right now, for the short term, I'm not bullish, bullish, bullish. I think we're going to see another pullback. I think we're going to see XRP come back, although this is promising. We've broken above this line here, but we're coming up. We're still hitting resistance at this Hull Suite indicator. We're making a higher high here. That's promising. So if we stay above this line, we could be breaking out of this trend. We could be seeing XRP as an early breakout pattern, and an early breakout pattern before the rest of the band. That would be good to see. That'd be awesome. We're going to keep watching this to see. But if that's the case, then this breakout in RSI must be accompanied by a break above the trend in the price as well. And if we can do that and close above it, that'd be pretty awesome. Looking at Bitcoin Cash, same distance, same difference. Super low volume, almost no volume. I mean, the more we zoom out, the more clear it is that there is no volume. I mean, the volume is piddly. Secondly, we're down below the trend. We're still trying to break into the trend in the RSI, and we're getting rejected. So I think there's a back up the truck opportunity for BCH coming in, probably revisiting the $264 level. Don't be scared by pullbacks. It feels like the bottom could fall out because all these retail investors just start like selling off. You know, whenever we see this, we think, man, those dumb retail investors, they sold off and that's what created this. No, it's controlled. It's controlled. The whales know exactly where they want to buy it, and they buy it there. They're solid support. They're just waiting to buy it there. And so it's the same thing for BCH. It's the same thing for XRP. It's the same thing for THETA token. THETA. I haven't looked at TFUEL in a minute. I'm going to look at TFUEL here. TFUEL? Okay, we're still in the trend here. That's good. Yep, we're on the weekly. It's just kind of hanging out here. It's interesting when you look at this. I didn't think about this until the other day. Well, that's 84% down from its top. Currently 72% down from its top, but its top here was 74 cents. That's nuts when you think about it. That we were heading towards a $1 TFUEL when this whole thing got disrupted. I tell you what, folks, when this next leg breaks out, I mean, when we get the next wave up, it is going to be epic. I mean, it is going to be epic. And I know a lot of people are so discouraged right now that there's no more hope. A lot of people have completely lost hope. That's exactly where they want you. They want you in the place of hopelessness where you're just ready to quit and you're just ready to dump your bags. And by the way, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy telling you what I think. But what I think is that this whole thing is planned. This whole thing is staged. This whole moment. The worst thing I feel like I could do right now is dump my bags. That's what they want. They want you to dump your bags because they're right there to buy it. They're ready to buy it. And that's what moves the market forward, is when retail investors sell at a loss so that institutional investors can buy on the cheap. And it broadens the gap between rich and poor. I believe that the crypto market can be an instrument of social justice because it's accessible to everyone. But you got to get a hold of your mind. You can't be ruled by your emotions. You've got to rule your emotions. You got to take authority over your spirit. And you got to make a decision. I'm not dumping my bags at a loss. I'm going to have the courage to wait. I'm going to sit and wait. All right, folks, that's all I got for you today. Thanks so much for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you. Do me a favor and hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and go ahead and pulverize that bell so that you get notified every time I drop some new content. Until then, thanks so much for watching. Make every effort to sleep in peace every night, wake in joy every morning, and walk in love every day. This is Cryptogenic, signing out.